Hey, my name is Dr. Jeannine Wright. I'm a board certified Dr. Holistic Health and trichologist. I'm excited to talk to you all about the different stages of hair loss. There's 3 stages of hair loss, and we're going to discuss stage 1 hair loss today. Stage 1 hair loss is manageable, although if you're experiencing this type of hair loss, it could be a little alarming because all of a sudden you're starting to experience extra additional shedding. You're also experiencing oilier scalp than normal. You also are starting to notice that your hairline is slightly receding. So with stage 1 hair loss occurring, it can be managed through diet and proper hair care. Also, when dealing with stage 1 hair loss, it is important to have good foundational health. Your foundational health has to do with, again, diet, has to do with your level of hydration, appropriate rest. Rest is so key, is so important. That's when the body is repairing itself. So rest is very key in maintaining healthy skin, healthy hair, just healthy body all over. Also, another thing is making sure that you're getting proper supplementation. So if you're not eating the best diet, being sure that you get in your proper supplementation so far as your probiotics, prebiotics, enzymes to help you gain the proper nutrition from your food that you're consuming makes all the difference in the world. When you're dealing with stage 1 hair loss and you're starting to notice the things like the slightly receding hairline, the slightly widening part, sometimes if you're younger, you don't notice these things quite as much because you continue to just maybe yank your hair back or, run around doing what you always do, not really paying attention to any hair loss that's in the shower. But when you are starting to notice these things, and if it's getting to be where it's outside of the normal shedding period, you may want to talk to your doctor, or you may want to go to your dermatologist and also seek out a trichologist. What they will do is they'll take a look at your scalp. They also will look at the quality of your follicle, and they will do a density check. So these things can help you to kind of monitor where you're at so far as percentage of hair loss. Stage 1 hair loss can occur at various ages. So let's talk about what that can actually look like. We're going to discuss ages teen through 20. Ages teen through 20, when they start to experience stage 1 hair loss, usually you're looking at a slightly thinning hairline, very oily, excessively oily scalp, and you also are looking at a good amount of shedding. So with people that age, you're going to see shedding. You're going to see the excessive oily scalp, because I get a lot of teenagers in preteen, and you can tell that their hair is thinning because the scalp is so oily, and they may come back in 6 months later, and you still notice where you can start to see their scalp. And this is typically a stage 1 hair loss. And by the time they get towards their 20s, it can actually progress into a stage 2 hair loss when not monitored. So for those in their mid to late 20s losing hair, stage 1, they typically are going to be seeing signs of hair loss where they're getting a little thin in the crown and temples. Later 20s, mid to late 20s, they're going to see the excessively oily scalp. They're going to witness some a little bit more thinning in the temple areas and up in the crown area. So they're going to see that, especially the males. So the guys are going to start seeing that, and it's going to be a little bit more noticeable for them. And this could also be due to hereditary. They're hereditary. But one thing that you do need to know, and this is something that people just automatically assume, they say, oh, well, there's no hair loss on my mother's side. There's no hair loss on my dad's side. I don't know where this is coming from. Well, Because something is hereditary doesn't mean you inherited it from someone. It could be that you inherited it from a few generations back. So if you don't know all your relatives, or if somebody else was carrying a gene, it was dormant, you could have picked it up from there. So although it's hereditary, it doesn't mean that you inherited it from a direct descendant. It could be further down the line in your ancestry. So just so you understand. So this hair loss can start to show up that way. And there are many things that you can do to arrest and to slow down this process. So just so you know. But this is stage 1 for those in their mid to late 20s. Those in their 30s to 40s, they're going to also see the hairline thinning within the temple area. They may also start to see slight thinning in the top of the crown. And also, maybe even for the women, they may start to notice a diffused hair loss where they start to see thinning on the sides of the head as well. Just know that hair loss can vary greatly from person to person based on their genetic makeup, based on their ancestry, based on their lifestyle. So understand that if you're experiencing any form of hair loss that is more than usual, again, outside of the norm of hair loss, typical hair loss seasons, or the hair shedding seasons is what we call it in our profession, just know that you should definitely take the time to go to check with your doctor, check with your dermatologist or your trichologist. I hope this information helps those who are experiencing some hair loss, and also helping those who maybe might think that they're losing hair, and perhaps maybe you're just experiencing seasonal hair shedding. So, and which is normal. So just understand that all hair loss isn't the same, and that stage 1 hair loss, again, is manageable. And I'm looking forward to sharing stage 2 hair loss information and options on how to manage stage 2 hair loss. And so don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to share. Remember, health is beauty and beauty is health.